This video is about pedals, so I'll get right to the point, then I'll meander later on. I'm looking over here. I've got a bunch of pedals over here. And then over here, I've got more pedals, I think. Or I did have more pedals. I guess I tried to move those. I'm trying to sell those on eBay. But I think I got up to 70 pedals or something like that. Just looking down now, I've got a 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 in my pedal chain that I'm getting ready to use. I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. About 30 pedals off to the side. Probably took another 20 pedals over to my brother's for sale. Yeah, I've got about 45 pedals here and another, so maybe I didn't have 70. Anyway, this is just riveting video, isn't it? The point I'm making, okay, say I had 65 videos. Or rather, say I had 65 pedals. If I could take all of those pedals and then like compress them into a little ball and then throw them out somewhere, and then all the money that I spent on them would come back, the exact amount that I had spent, and I had this pedal budget. Let's say they were average of $40 a piece. Let's say 30, that's probably closer, because there's a lot of 20 and $20 to $5 pedals in the grouping. Let's say they were $30 a piece. So 65 times 30, that's 1,800. That's $1,950, right? Now, what if you had $1,950 for a pedal budget? You could get a serious freaking pedal board. So the point I'm making here is, if I had it to do over again and I could get that, say, $2,000 back, I wouldn't just be buying a bunch of Dan Electros. Yeah, it's hard to say because those pedals are so fun, you know. The $20 and $30 pedals are a lot of fun. But for serious music making, I think I might have... Okay, here's a thought. I might have, I was going to say, I might have bought a little bit more specialized, higher quality pedals. Instead of your generic, okay, I've got 5 delay pedals, I've got 10 overdrive pedals, I've got 4 fuzz pedals, I've got 7 chorus pedals, that sort of thing. Maybe just 1 or 2 of each of those types, but more of a high quality. And even then, I probably would save money when by the end of all the purchasing. But even further, the thought that I just put aside a few seconds ago, what if you were to think that you wanted a pedal board and you looked at these prices and you saw that there's another level of pedals that they're $150 and $200, the ones that you really want, that they're not making any equivalent of yet in China, so you can't get them for $40 or $50. But you want these really good pedals. I mean, the Chinese ones are great. But you look at a channel like Knobs, K-N-O-B-S, the channel like Knobs. Just go through those videos. Those pedals are spectacular. Or I think Dennis Kaiser, or Guitar Pro Shop Demos, the guy in Portland, Andy, that guy freaking... Not only does he demonstrate a bunch of great pedals, he plays the guitar, man. And he uses G&Ls some of the time. That's really cool. Anyway, there's these channels, and you can find them if you look around. In the Blues has some, even Chapman and Anderton, at Anderton's Music, Rob Chapman, he has some of these pedals. You know, they get into the more esoteric, the Digitechs that are coming out and stuff. These pedals are everywhere, but Knobs is a place to start for for it, I think. Another one will be a Devi Ever channel for just a bunch of really wild fuzz pedals. And I'm probably leaving some people out, and if you're by chance watching this and I didn't call you out, I might think of you later and then go, oh, I should have mentioned that channel. But I think knobs would be the place to start for the pedals, the kind of pedals I'm describing. You get this kind of an advanced functionality that you don't find in $20 or $30, $40 bread and butter. Those are your bread and butter pedals that these Asian factories are doing a great job pumping out these really good sounding, just my opinion. I think these pedals sound great. They're 20, 30, 40 bucks. But they just don't have the functionality of the kinds of pedals you see on knobs. And so, if I had it to do over again, and this is the point I was trying to make, what about like not even buying any pedals, but going the DIY route and building your own pedal board from scratch, prototyping using a breadboard thing, and then soldering the circuits on I guess it's a PCB, but building your entire pedal board from scratch. Now that's going to take more time, but it's probably going to cost far less in money. And the other thing is the pedals are going to be exactly the way you want them to be. So that might have been something I might have considered. But being as impetuous as I am, I kind of doubt it. Maybe I needed a personality such as mine. Needed to buy all of these pedals to discover that there's more out there, and that sometimes due to budgetary constraints you might have to start considering building your own. I don't know if I'm going to get the motivation to get up and start building my own, but it is definitely a thought now, and it is a way to spend less money. It takes more time, but less money. So the basic point of the video is not design it yourself, but if I had $2,000 to build a pedal board, I might not have made the same decisions. And then, you know, I don't know if it's my astrology or whatever, but I'm always just thinking the other thing, you know. Every time I think something, then the opposite comes, and it's just, so I'm like, well, what about all the fun you had with the $20 and $30 pedals? That's a good point. But for serious music making, I think that an artist wants to try to arrive at a distinct sound. Well, that would be my goal anyway. And you get at more distinct sounds by buying the less mass market and more boutique. I don't really like that word for pedal. I don't know how boutique got into amplifiers and pedals. Because when I think of a boutique, I think of little, stained glass windows and music boxes that you wind up, and maybe some Christmas ornaments and old antique furniture. So the word boutique has never resonated with me as far as it pertains to amplifiers and pedals. But anyway, we'll just use that word for the sake of things. And if you want to advance your sound, you might want to get involved with some of these boutique pedals. So if I had it to do over again, I might have gone straight to those. And I was spending money, not building my own. I might have gone straight to the $150 and $200 pedals. And even Electro Harmonics would have been another brand that probably would have fit in to what I was doing. Red Witch, just a lot of these brands. Now, I would definitely say this for fuzz boxes that you want to go boutique. And I'm going to demo this. I'm looking at it right now. The Idiot Box Death Ray. See, I get that. It's like 120 bucks. And I plug it in, even with an expression pedal. And I'm just thinking, this thing is blowing my mind. So why was I ever messing with the Behringer Super Fuzz or whatever? Although that Behringer is pretty cool. So I don't even know what I'm trying to say, except that you could do a sort of path like I did. If you're on a budget and buy all these $20, $30 pedals, just experiment with all of them. Or you could save up and get some pedals with a more advanced functionality from a smaller manufacturer that are gonna cost you, you know, $150, $200, $250. Or you can build your own the way you want them, which is more time consuming, but less expensive financially. If you have more time than money, maybe that's the way to go. So I'm just saying that I'm not sure I would have done, if I had all that money back today, I'm not sure I would do the exact same thing over again. I might try something different. Okay, that's that. My little pedal rant and rave.